It's 5:30 a.m. in the waiting room at the University of Colorado Hospital. Ryan Arnold and his brother Chad are in good spirits. Their mom and dad and their wives all there for support. They're quickly prepped for surgery as Ryan prepares to donate part of his liver to Chad, who's overcome with emotion.
Yeah, it's a very humbling experience.
As he recalls the day he learned his brother Ryan was a match.
He said, "I'm a match." And you feel a lot of things. Relief, gratefulness to God and to him. And I think after that, you wrestle with a lot of guilt. Like, I really don't want to bring him through this, but he shut me up pretty fast. He said, "Well, you do the same thing for me, wouldn't you?"
Chad, who is 38, has PSC, a disease of the liver for which there's no cure. His condition was deteriorating, and he needed a liver fast. A living donor was his only hope. So Ryan stepped in.
I love Chad. He's my brother, and he's got a lot of life left to live. I'm healthy, and I know I'll stay healthy. I know I'm going to recover, and I want to see him, do the things he wants to do and be able to spend his time with his family, and I want to have him around for a long time.
There are few words as the brothers say goodbye. Ryan's surgery is first. A team of doctors carefully removes 60% of his healthy liver, while Chad patiently waits.
I think the thing I've learned through all this is that, God writes the story. It's not my story to write. Ryan's the hero, and I'm just playing my part. It's kind of how it's coming to me, and he's just a hero.
Once the organ is removed from Ryan, it's carefully rinsed and carried next door to be transplanted into Chad after his diseased liver is taken out. Dr. Igal Kam performed the surgery on Ryan.
I think it's this kind of generosity. It's a wonderful thing to see, because he probably will save his brother's life.
But the surgery is risky. While both livers will regenerate and grow back to their original size, if too much is removed or something goes wrong, it's the donor whose life is at risk.
It's still very controversial surgery. I think that we are very careful selecting our donors, and I think that chances that this will happen here are very, very low.
While that may be so, it's not what happened this time. Just 2 days after surgery, Ryan went into cardiac arrest and was placed on life support. He died 2 days after that, on August 2nd. Ryan Arnold was 34 years old, healthy, active, and strong, a husband and father of 3 little boys, ages 1, 4, and 6.
Ryan is the hero in this.
Chad is now recovering at home. He's tired and weak, but doing well. He describes how he first learned of his brother's death.
But my dad just leaned forward and he just said, got some bad news. He was holding back the tears, but he just said, "I got some bad news. Ryan's gone, but we still serve a good God." I think couldn't have said it better.
Ryan gave Chad the gift of life.
It is the ultimate sacrifice, but he'd do it again.
A gift which led to his own death. Because of that, Chad refuses to place the focus on himself.
It's a story about a man who's deeply convicted by his faith, and because of that, what he did for me was just sort of a normal thing that he did for people.
While there's a huge scar on the outside, there's also one on the inside. Chad is committed to living his life the way Ryan lived his, with faith, compassion, and humility.
You get a little glimmer in his eyes, and he always say that, we can do this. And I can, because I know that's not only what he'd want, that's what he'd do.